Fils indigne. Pourquoi fils indigne? Qu'est-ce que c'est que ça? Fils indigne, je te renie. Fils indigne, fils indigne. Conviction coûte un point d'effort de plus, vous gagnez un point de compétence en occultisme. Vous avez laissé Lady Esborough tuer Sarah de Richet. Bah, écoutez, tant pis. Parce que de toute façon, elle était obligée de mourir.
I spent my whole life swimming in lies. Emily, what a waste. I feel like I know nothing. That I have to learn everything all over again. I'm a demon. I age more slowly. I can mentally manipulate people. I don't even know if it's a good thing or a curse.
En tout cas, je crois qu'on débute l'acte 5. Donc, le dernier acte, c'est bien.
No, this is an advance. I could get used to this pretty quickly, I think. Damn it, what a mess. Come on, man up, Louis.
Je pense qu'elle est obligée de mourir de
I'm
toute
still the
façon.
same old me. Demon or not, I'm still in charge of my actions. And this father, I know nothing about. Yes, I've still got a lot to learn. It's enough to drive you crazy. Everything I believed in, nothing holds true anymore. Pull yourself together, man. I need to find some answers.
Je sais pas quel nom du
Being alone
chapitre.
for a minute?
Chapitre... Je sais pas. Allez répondre à la porte. Seulement si j'en ai envie.
Saint Jerome and the Angel. Yet again, art with political undertones with an image of a saint hearing voices.
Ah merde, ça me coûte plus cher.
Inferno by Dante. Abandon hope, all ye who enter here.
Ok, on va répondre.
Lovely lectures Mortimer's giving to his guests. Very jolly. Sir Gregory?
Good day, Louis. I think it would be good to talk. How are you feeling?
I don't know.
I understand. I heard that William spoke to you at last about our nature and our family. It's a good thing, but you must be a bit shaken up.
That's the least you can say.
I bid you welcome among us, Louis. Knowing William, he probably didn't go into any detail about our family, so if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask.
Alors je ne dois surtout pas entrer dans sa tête. Depuis quand existons-nous?
How long has our family been in existence?
We have been here since the very beginning.
What do you mean, exactly?
Are you trying to get in?
Orateur. Vous gagnez un point de compétence logique. Découvrir toutes les immunités et vulnérabilités de Gregory Holmes. Ah, j'ai déjà tout trouvé pour lui. Il est immunisé à la conviction.
From me?
No, not at all. I was just wondering why that particular question seemed to disturb you.
Let us not insist then. You yourself weren't very convinced by the question, it seems.
Depuis quand existons-nous? Tiens, ils ont l'air d'être un petit peu gênés sur ça.
How many of us are there in the family?
Combien sommes-nous?
We are 8 brothers and sisters.
Pourquoi frères et sœurs?
What do you mean by brothers and sisters if we can change bodies?
You reason with logic. We have retained the human habit. When we first come into this world, we retain a certain attachment to our first envelope. If we are born as a man, we are brothers. If we are born as a woman, we are sisters. But I must admit, it has absolutely no real importance. They're just bodies.
Existe-t-il d'autres familles?
Well, tell me then.
Non,
Are
il a
there
dit
any other
8.
families like ours?
There are officially 7.
7.
But we're the oldest and therefore the most powerful.
D'accord, on est la plus puissante. Y a-t-il un
Is there a
chef?
head of the family?
You'll see. You'll meet them all, of course, when you are ready. They created us and set out the rules, especially our father. As for our mother, she retired from the political stage. We don't see her much anymore. I think that all these questions simply bore her.
Pourquoi Mortimer se révèle-t-il?
What's Lord Mortimer's problem?
I think he allows himself to be devoured by a need for recognition.
Has he always been like that?
More or less, but thinking about it, I believe that the birth of our latest sibling greatly accentuated his discomfort.
C'est-à-dire moi ou soit-il jaloux?
Do you think he's jealous?
I didn't realize you were so good at behavioral analysis. Indeed, William certainly is prone to jealousy. Finding one's place, notably in the eyes of our father, is not easy, and we each do what we can to succeed. But I can't justify this perpetual rebellion against our rules.
I see. There is still much to learn.
Yes, it's true. You've got some catching up to do, my boy. One thing you must understand, regarding any disagreements that might arise between William and myself, is his position with regard to mankind.
What do you mean?
Well, for centuries we've been trying to help, and therefore preserve humanity. Monarchies are simple and practical. They enable us to inspire humanity.
Effectivement, pourquoi faire ça? La belle royauté remplacée par la démocratie, beurre, caca.
With democracy.
Mon père a tort.
Well, if our goal is to direct the future of humanity, it'd work out easier through a monarchical
Bien
system
sûr.
rather than a democracy.
I see you're a quick learner. From now on, you know the fence that separates William from the rest of the family. If only he would stop steering the destinies of certain countries like France or the United States of America in such a dangerous direction. It has taken centuries for our family to establish relative peace between demons. Thanks to this policy, we have been able to decide everything by confining the other families to
sympa, ça.
subordinate roles. And now William is obsessed with disrupting everything.
Peace between demons? What do you mean?
I'm not talking about conflicts within our family. If that was all there was, everything would be fine. But several other families, younger but nonetheless powerful, are trying to upset the balance. At present, we dominate most of the major countries around the globe. But some families are pushing, via less influential countries, to gain ground. Do you understand?
As best I can, yes.
When the time comes, you must take up a position on the political chessboard. I only hope your father doesn't take you down with him.
Est-il en danger?
Are you suggesting he might be in danger?
Well, Louis, our father's patience is not limitless. If William ever does go too far, then yes, he will be in danger. I want you to make an informed choice. Now go and see your father, see what he has to say, and then think it over very carefully.
That's exactly what I intended to do. Thank you, Uncle.
Don't mention it. If I've been able to help you in any way, go now.
Ouais, maintenant c'est mon oncle, c'est vrai. Là, c'est assez drôle. Maintenant, je peux voir les autres invités, c'est juste des humains, qu'est-ce que je m'en fous. Regarde s'il y a du monde. Je regardais juste vite fait s'il y a un peu de monde qui traîne, si je peux leur parler. Par exemple, là, j'avais dans le chapitre précédent, j'avais échappé à Godoy. Enfin, j'ai pas trouvé Godoy, dommage. Pourquoi pour qu'ils me disent quoi, cette espèce de con espagnol. Ah, attends, Washington c'est ouvert. Il est peut-être là, Washington. Est-il possible que parmi les invités, il y ait aussi des démons? Bah non, parce qu'il les connaîtrait. Je pense que Mortimer et puis... comment il s'appelle? Et Holm connaissent toutes les autres démons. Enfin, qui est membre des autres familles de démons? Là, juste vite fait s'il y a du monde. Non. Ouais. Donc c'est bien ce qu'on pensait, hein. Elisabeth a été tuée, enfin s'est suicidée, moi je pense qu'elle s'était suicidée d'elle-même en fait, on l'a un petit peu aidée. Ah bah il y a quelqu'un là, qui c'est? Volner, est-ce que t'es là Volner? Je crois que c'est Washington qui était en face.
Why is this study in such a mess? Looks like Volner's planning something.
Ah. Volner prépare un truc. Je me méfie de ce franc-maçon.
What a mess. Looks like Volner was interrupted. Looks a lot like straw. And he's drawn something in a hurry on this sheet.
J'avais déjà vu ça, il me semble.
Straw on his desk. As if to protect something fragile. Yes. Someone must have packed something away here. I get the feeling that I've seen that somewhere before.
Ah, j'ai déjà vu ça. Je reconnais ces
I've seen
symboles.
occult inscriptions like this before. They're not very common. As a matter of fact, I've only seen them once before, around the lock of Al-Azif.
Ah. Ouais, Volner.
The signs of obscurantism.
Attends, y'a quoi par terre là?
Look, a blotter. And apparently it's been used recently. I wonder what Volner was going to write. It's smudged. It's not all legible. I can make out the signature though and leave as Azif planned
Comment révéler l'encre?
It's illegible. Let's see if I can find a solution in Volner's things here. Given his interest in alchemy, I wouldn't be surprised if I found something that revealed what's written somewhere in his room. The chemistry set. That's not surprising coming from von Volner.
De la gelée royale? Ah, d'accord.
I should find something to help reveal the traces of ink on the blotter.
Oh là là, qu'est-ce qui pourrait marcher? J'en sais rien du tout. L'eau de chou, ça révèle pas, non? Si, je crois que ça révèle. On va prendre un petit truc. Putain, ça me bouffe 4 trucs.
Think, Louis. I
L'eau de chou,
know
moi,
for
j'irais.
sure that lime water neutralizes
La
chemical
merde.
actions, but doesn't work on ink. I must find something else.
De l'acide tannique d'Alain ou du sulfure d'ammonium? À votre avis, qu'est-ce qui pourrait agir avec l'encre? Le sulfure ou l'acide? Je sais pas. Je pense que l'acide, non. Je pense que c'est le sulfure d'ammonium. Parce que l'acide, ça va bouffer le truc, je pense. Ouais, on essaie le
That sounds
sulfure.
vaguely familiar. I can always give it a shot.
Ouais, c'est parti.
Yes, it worked. Now
Ah,
I
ça
can
marche.
see it.
Ouf. Parce que je pense
Sir
que l'acide
Gregory.
aurait bouffé le truc. Chimiste. Gagner un point de compétence en sciences. Cool.
Leave Al-Azif at the landing stage at the appropriate time.
Ah, donc
Yours
il bosse
truly,
pour
Johann
Helm.
von Volner.
Pour Holmes.
This is child's play.
Allez. Hop. Bon, j'ai vu Washington là-haut. C'est Washington là-haut. J'ai bien fait de fouiller chez l'autre con là. Là c'est chez qui? Chez Pérou? Ah non, c'est ici. On a rien à foutre. Belle frère. Coucou.
Louis, busy as always, I see. How lucky you are. I must admit I'm trying to kill the boredom myself.
C'est le moins que l'on puisse dire.
I get the impression we're all in the same boat.
And here I was thinking you might have some juicy gossip.
Je suis un démon. Et vous quelque chose à me raconter?
Me? No, nothing at all. And you?
I would like to be able to say yes, but he's been dead quiet. The only one with anything to say is Duke Manuel. But with that accent of his, I don't understand a word he says. It's exasperating.
Right. I've wasted enough time.
I'll keep our conversation to myself, Mr. President. Anyway, I must be going now.
See you later, Louis.
Ciao ma couille. Tu passes bien le balai.
Pardon me, monsieur, but I have work to do.
T'as un bel accent français en tout cas toi. Ah, Godoy doit être dans le coin. Cool, je vais peut-être pour lui parler. Merde, ça s'éjecte les roues, on s'en fout. Ah, y'a quelqu'un? Non. Non, que dalle. Godoy, où est-ce qu'il est Godoy? Bonaparte n'est pas chez lui. On n'est plus beaucoup, remarquez. Hormis Washington, il reste Napoléon, Godoy.
Duchess Emily Hillsborough. Emily, can I come in?
No.
Émilie est encore là, c'est
not
vrai.
a good time. Not right now.
Ce qui fait qu'on a encore
Leave me
7.
alone.
I can
J'insiste.
tell from your voice that there's something wrong. Let me in. We have to talk, Emily.
I said no, goddamn you.
J'entre quand même, tu sais. Bah les couilles, frère. Elle s'est saoulée la gueule.
You've been drinking. Why aren't I surprised? Do you think you'll find the solution in alcohol?
Get out of here, Louis. I told you not to come in.
Jusqu'où ira sa colère.
First your sister, now my mother? How far will your anger go?
Do you really think I'm not suffering? You know nothing. You understand nothing.
On the contrary, everything that goes on in here is much bigger than you and me. You made your choices and now you're going to have to take responsibility for them. Look, I must tell you something important. Emily, listen to me.
I'm fed up with talking.
It's about what's happening here. It's about Mortimer and Holm.
I know they are demons.
That's not all.
Go on.
I'm one of them, Emily. I'm a
Pourquoi
demon
lui dit
too.
tout, il
I
est con.
know.
But how?
Sir Gregory stopped by to tell me. He wanted to bid me a welcome.
I don't understand.
Welcome to the family.
You're his daughter?
Mortimer's daughter, Louis.
That makes you my sister?
Yes. Just the thought of the night when I suggested that we...
Ouf, encore que je
I
vais pas
feel
baiser.
so ashamed, Louis. And that means Emma is your sister too.
Shit. I spent the night with my own sister?
I was attracted to you from the moment we first spoke. on the
Ah,
boat.
eh ben.
Now I understand why. Do you realize what that means? I'm a monster.
On a fait une
I
erreur.
couldn't have known. We made a mistake, damn it.
Oh, that feeling. It hurts all of a sudden.
Ah, sa tête.
She's there. I can feel her inside me. She's trying to read my thoughts. Emily, don't do that. Get out of my mind, please. Let me remind you that it's forbidden between demons.
Sorry, Louis. I didn't want to.
I have a sister.
It's very strange for me too.
Ça c'est clair.
A sister for a brother.
Yes.
Yes. I must get some rest. I must ask you to leave me now.
All right, but don't finish that bottle.
Don't start now. I would
J'aime
like
qu'il y a poil.
to get some sleep.
I'll be leaving you then. Thank you, Emily.
Bah écoutez, entre frères et sœurs, dans les Vosges, c'est la base. Alors, comme ça tu viens d'Épinal? Moi je viens de Saint-Dié.
A letter from William Pitt the Younger addressed to Emily.
J'ai déjà vu.
He's the present Prime Minister of the United
Eh bah.
Kingdom. Emily has indeed some
Maintenant il y a plus de
powerful
démons que de
backers.
non-démons ici.
Madam, thank you for consoling me.
Non, je m'en fous. Eh Washington, tu sais, j'ai baisé ma sœur. Et toi? Godoy?
Duke Manuel
Ah, il doit être là.
Godoy.
Je pense que Godoy est... Ah, il est pas là, mais il est où? Ah, il y a Piaggi aussi, c'est vrai.
Huh, that's me.
Alors, je m'en fous de chez moi. Piaggi, il est à côté, je crois. Ah, c'est fermé. Bon, on va aller voir Mortimer, écoutez. Je vais lui parler de ma sœur. Mortimer, il met son zizi n'importe où quand même. Washington il est pas là. Ah bah le Piaggi.
His Holiness awaits my report.
D'accord. Je peux descendre en fait? Non, je peux pas. C'est où chez Mortimer? C'est ici, je crois. Non. Je peux descendre là? Ah merde, je peux y descendre. Ah, il y a peut-être Godoy en bas alors du coup. Ah, je suis pas sûr qu'il traîne en bas, Godoy. Je peux sortir? Oh, je peux sortir et attends. Ah bon, on va déjà mieux ici. Ah, il y a un truc là. Donc, du coup, je pouvais entrer ici. Non? Ah non, c'était bien fermé, on pouvait pas entrer. Je regarde juste vite fait s'il y a quelque chose là-bas. Oula, c'est le quai des brumes.
A sack of seeds. It's unopened. No one seems to have used any.
Mais où le corps de ma mère? Vous l'avez mis où?
A lantern. Nothing special.
Nope, visiblement il y avait rien.
This chest might belong to Duchess Hillsborough.
Peut-être là-haut. Vous pouvez fracturer un truc ici, il me semble. J'avais déjà fracturé, parce que c'était dans l'épisode 1. Hein. C'était il y a un an. Un an et demi. Ouais, il y a que dalle. Merde. Ah, je me suis pas coincé ici. Ok, je vais chercher Godoy et puis je vous reprends. Ok, j'ai pas trouvé Godoy. Donc on va monter directement au bureau. Sachant que quand j'étais dehors, il m'a dit ah, Alasif n'est toujours pas. Enfin, Louis s'est dit ah, Alasif n'est toujours pas déposé. Donc je suis arrivé sûrement trop tôt. Faudrait que j'y retourne sûrement après. Ah, y a personne ici. Ah bah il est là, parfait.
Louis, I was sure you would stay. I'm proud of you. You have made the right choice.
Bah,
You must have been disappointed not to have been able to speak to Sarah one last time. I would have liked her to tell you herself.
Well, I guess I'll never know now.
True. Even so, there is one more thing I haven't told you about her. Sarah was my daughter.
What? But why didn't you
D'accord.
tell me the truth about her?
I thought that might be too many truths to absorb at one
Putain, toute
time.
la famille,
I
c'est
intended to tell you
léons.
afterwards. You were in a hurry, so I made a decision. You've been able to understand and choose for yourself. How do you feel?
Hard to say.
Intrigué.
Quite curious to find out more. My whole way of thinking has been blown apart in just a couple hours.
What could be more normal? It may have been a bit brutal, but you've just grown up in a very short space of time. From now on, you can influence your own future. I will guide you. We've all the time we need.
You're not the first to make me that offer.
What do you mean by that?
Your brother, Sir Gregory.
Gregory. Why am I
Du coup,
not
Sarah, c'est ma sœur en fait.
surprised?
Ma mère et ma
What
sœur.
did he say?
Que t'a-t-il dit? Il s'inquiète pour vous.
I think he's worried about you.
Worried? Marvelous. That's just like him. You know, in a family like ours, we all have a role to play. And his is to worry about everyone else. Let me reassure you, there's no reason for him to worry about me.
Même par rapport à votre père.
Like the relationship with your father, for example.
It's sometimes complicated, I must admit. I like to understand things.
Il y a des mauvaises relations qui sont
even
pas
if it
poulet.
means thinking outside the box. In fact, that's a character trait that you seem to have inherited.
Vous n'avez pas répondu.
You haven't
answered about your father.
What did I tell you? You are too curious, my son. Let time do its work. I don't impose anything on anyone. I'm just following my own path.
But where does it lead?
I suppose I should explain. For centuries now, demons have emerged in and around great leaders all over the world. But like true tyrants, they have governed with an iron fist in a studded glove.
That's the impression I get.
But you see, people's discontent is increasing, and they are too high up to hear it. They take themselves for gods.
On est des dieux.
Sooner or later, the people will turn against us, just as they have in the past. Each time it's happened, many of us have died. We must master the humans, yes, but gently. And the best way of doing that is by allowing them a free choice, Louis.
Il veut rendre la liberté aux hommes.
You really are trying to liberate men.
Of course, not entirely. No. It is easier to keep control over people who slumber than people who are oppressed. A man with nothing to lose is a dangerous man. Whereas, if you give him a roof, food, and entertainment, he will do
C'est un peu une critique de la démocratie actuelle, de la République actuelle.
To achieve something is to make them think it was their idea. For that, they have to feel as if they are free.
Hang on. What do you mean?
Look at the United States. From the start, I introduced an idea that will change everything. The idea that everything is possible. Everyone can become someone. Is there anything more beautiful?
You mean it's not true?
Man can move mountains when he believes it is in his own interest. And what nobler cause is there than his own freedom?
Quelle horreur, c'est immoral. Oh, franchement, c'est une horreur. C'est immoral, je suis choqué. Vous auriez d'autres exemples?
Of course.
Parlons de l'esclavage.
Well, take the slave trade, for example. It's an archaic practice that simply has to stop. Today, black slaves of America work for free and in unbearable conditions. Tomorrow, if you free the blacks and offer them work along with a salary, they will bless you for it. Then, they will be integrated into the system. They will be taxable. Once they are free, they will have to work for a roof, pay taxes, and feed their families. Maybe we could take away the civil rights of prisoners, for example. In this way, we'll keep control of all those who respect the system and benefit from the others as workforce.
C'est très cynique comme vue. L'émancipation des femmes. Ah, quel bonheur.
They must be given the right to work and to vote. Look, at the moment they don't work. They take care of raising children. What a mistake. We have to get them out of the house. Make them work. In this way, not only will they become consumers, but they will also delegate the job of education to the system. We could guide
sur des bonnes causes, en fait, il y a un côté
age,
très cynique
Louis,
derrière.
see? Today we are wasting too much time.
Bon, religion, on s'en fout. Le progrès, tiens.
Tell me what you think about progress.
Progress is essential, Louis. It's the future.
What else?
Progress must liberate humanity from burdensome chores. Progress must replace man wherever his presence is not obligatory. It creates both the desire and the need. It will liberate women as soon as the machines are able to do all the chores in the home automatically. It will bring men together by bringing a faster means of locomotion. Look at the cultural revolution that printing brought about.
C'est vrai. Passons.
But the most important of all has already been laid. The foundation stone. Freedom of speech. The First Amendment of the Constitution. That must be opposed to every project. So, above all, don't develop a one-track approach. Otherwise, man won't have enough room for expression to feel free. If man sees his chains, he will only want to break them. If we give men the feeling that they are free, I am convinced that they will exceed their limits. And it is only from that condition that humanity shall rise up.
But do you want to dominate or raise humanity higher?
I want it to advance. I want it to progress. Man is our vessel. If he progresses, then so do we. Wouldn't you like to know what we really are?
Who do you mean? Demons?
Yes, us. Our species. I've been searching for centuries, trying to find a way to explain the reason of our existence.
On est des
But
dieux,
humanity
tu peux le
has
dire.
not yet evolved enough to make any progress on the subject.
Ne sois pas si humble.
that the sciences will bring that knowledge someday.
So, that's your objective, to understand who we are.
Pourquoi pas après tout, de la manipulation.
I see your point.
Our family clings to its privileges and to the past.
Bah, c'est très
and
beau,
that's
ça.
how they are putting us in. But time has come for change. Now that you know your true nature, there are still a few things I need to teach you.
What do you mean exactly?
A new skill, and not the least, Louis. It's about taking control of a person.
Comment faire?
I don't see how I could do that.
I shall help you the first time.
Comment cela est-il possible?
How do you do it?
It's an animal resonance. How it works is still a bit unclear even to us.
Like a wave or a sound?
That seems the most likely, yes. In my opinion, demons are capable of tuning their psychic frequency to that of others. That is why, for example, I tend to surround myself with deaf and dumb servants.
Sourd et muet.
The servants dressed in black. I infiltrated them. I opened a channel between them and me, and then I deprived them of speech and hearing. This way, no other demon can turn them against me.
Ah,
Okay, let's not waste any more time.
intelligent.
I deduce that you're impatient to master what's in store for you. That is good. I thought I'd mix business with pleasure for this first time.
What do you mean by that?
The conference will come to a close shortly, as you know. Not that I'm fed up with archaic diplomacy, but it's time to ensure the success of this project. To make this happen, I would like Piaget to inform the Pope he has changed sides.
Ne rien dire.
Here is my plan. I would like you to join His Eminence in his room.
Just play along. We'll see when the time comes. Very well. And then?
You're going to have to trust me. What we're going to do is painless for the human you are going to invade.
Invade?
Yes, you're going to enter his mind and take control. You're going to influence his actions and his psyche. Make him speak, then concentrate. You must focus on him in order to feel his thoughts. Then, while speaking, you must link with him. Once you're done, you will naturally find your way to the source and enter into his thoughts.
But what if I fail?
Trust in your instincts. You just have to let yourself go. You have the skill. Let your nature come to the fore. You'll see. If you fail, you'll be in for some light banter with His Eminence. That's all. There's nothing to be afraid of.
Very well.
Perfect. Go now. The Cardinal is in his room. You will have to write a letter to the Pope as if Piaget had written it himself. In this letter, tell the Pope that whatever happens during the conference, he must follow my propositions. But be careful. In order to protect himself from counterfeiters, the Pope had Piaget's hand tattooed with a symbol to be sure of his identity. You'll see when you're inside him. You'll understand. Once it's written up, just bring it back to me and I'll send it off immediately.
All right, I'll take care of it.
Ok, on va tenter de faire ça. Et d'abord, on va aller voir si on peut pas récupérer Alzarif. Al-Azif, pardon. À mon avis, il est plus tard. Donc je pourrais peut-être aller le récupérer. On va voir un petit peu s'il me raconte une
Please
connerie.
don't hold it against me, but I would like to be alone for a while.
Je pensais à un truc. Enfin, je pense que je vais faire. Je pense que je vais faire tout ça. Je vais quand même suivre le plan de. Comme c'est ma première partie à ce jeu. Suivre le plan de merde de Mortimer. J'allais de son côté peut-être. Ou peut-être que je vais changer. Faut regarder les autres épisodes pour savoir. Où est-ce qu'il est sorti là? Il est plus long le temps de chargement, non? Allez, allez. Et après on ira voir Piaggi. Piaggi les bons tuyaux.
It's like the barrel's been broken for quite some time. A sack of seeds.
il est partout.
It's unopened. No one seems to have used any. Some rope. Apparently no one's touched it for a good long time. A lantern.
Nothing special.
Non, je crois que c'est un peu trop tôt.
The lantern. Nothing special. This chest might belong to Duchess Hillsborough.
Peut-être là-haut. Non, visiblement non. Bon bah écoutez, je vais aller voir Piaggi. Ok, nous voilà devant sa chambre et on y va. Faut aller lui causer.
Ah, well, Louis, what brings you back to my chambers?
May I sit down?
Of course, Louis. Don't you feel good?
Yes, but if I'm gonna pass inside you, I'd better sit myself down first.
It's nothing, don't worry about it.
Surtout qu'on va couper la main.
What can I do for you?
Right. Now I need to concentrate.
I wanted to speak to you, Your Eminence.
Parlons-lui des démons. Ah, il a peur de quoi? Quelles sont ses faiblesses? Il est vulnérable à la manipulation. Ah, parlons-lui de la Sainte Lance.
I wanted to thank you for your help. I mean, for your time talking to me about the Holy Lance.
Ah, il est
Oh.
vulnérable à ça.
And did you find it? It's the crusade of a lifetime for some people, Louis. You are searching for another holy grail.
You're nearly there. Link into his thoughts.
Does it annoy you at all?
But what on earth is he trying to get at? Why do you ask, Louis? I don't follow.
For the glory, Your Eminence.
I can feel it coming. It's working.
What insolence? Why, really? I am a man of the church, Louis. May God keep me from such ambitions.
Right. Let me in, Your Eminence.
Why?
I've done it.
Eh ben.
I've done it, damn it. He was right. This is just crazy. I can't believe it.
Je suis maintenant un vieux de 70 ans.
Look at yourself, Louis. You better not get caught. Whoa. I still need to get used to this body. So, let's see about what Mortimer asked me.
Right. Well, it's time I got started. Let's see what I can find here to help me write that letter.
Oula.
I have no means to validate my forgery, so I better take my time with it and not make any mistakes. There are 2 letters from the Pope on the desk. I should be able to get a clue or 2 by checking how well they correspond to each other. And here are 3 stamps. All are different.
Alors, lis les lettres sur le bureau. Lire la première lettre. Mon cher Giuseppe, mon état de santé ne permet pas d'honorer l'invitation de Sir Hum chez Lord Mortimer. Je vous prie de bien pouvoir vous y rendre afin de siéger en mon nom à un colloque. Vous manifesterez bien entendu ma reconnaissance à vos hôtes. Quand vous êtes d'accord avec Sir Gregory, informez-le que son entreprise concernant l'évêque cardinal Caramonti suit son cours. Je vous renouvelle toute ma confiance. Dieu vous bénisse et vous protège. SS Giovanni Angelico Bracci. C'est plus votre tampon personnel que vous m'écrivez, changez de tampon pour celui figurant ma devise. 31-11 1792. Mon cher Giuseppe, je vous sens en route pour la résidence de Lord Mortimer. Je peux vous faire mon voyage, bien que vous soyez amené à traverser les campagnes françaises actuellement très agitées. Cette mission est capitale, mon ami, sachez-le. Dieu vous bénisse et vous protège. D'accord. Changer de tampon pour celui figurant ma devise. Cette devise, c'est... Pourquoi il y a des espèces de codes là? Choisir le contenu de la lettre.
Right. Well, let's start writing. Lord Mortimer asked me to discredit Sir Gregory and to announce Piaggi's final vote in his favor. As an introduction, Your Holiness, thank you for your trust.
Oh, je peux discréditer les deux. Ah, c'est envie. On va discréditer Hulm, on va quand même suivre le plan.
It turns out, now that I'm here,
that I find Lord Mortimer's projects grant us many more advantages in comparison to what Sir Gregory had suggested. We are talking about the future of the Holy See. There. That should be enough to justify the change of vote.
De toute façon, il va leur lire notre père. Alors, choisir un tampon pour la lettre.
In one of the letters, the Pope asked Piaggi to change and to stop using his personal stamp. He asked him to use the one with the Pope's motto on it.
Je la connais.
And I remember that. Flore in Domo Domini. Must be in Latin.
Flore machin.
A circle with a cross inside.
Non, pas celui-là. Celui de gauche.
A circle with a cross inside.
Ah merde, c'est déjà celui-là. Celui du milieu.
On it is written, Flore in Domo Domini. This seal is different to the one Piaggi used for the letter he gave me. Yes, I'm certain of it.
Ah. Celui de droite.
Justitia, misericordia e humiltà. Boy, I gotta brush up my foreign languages. Piaggi once gave me a sealed letter. It had the same seal on it. I remember now.
Donc je vais prendre celui-là. Tampon du milieu. C'est bien celui-là.
On it is written, Flore in Domo,
Domo
Domini.
Domini. Voilà. Et écrire le code secret.
There's a kind of code composed of 6 letters that they always write under the dates of their correspondence. Well, according to Mortimer, it's got something to do with Piaggi's tattoo. I guess I'll have to write one for today's date. Now, ideally, it'd be better to do without it, but I'm going to need to be extremely clever here. Today the date is 24/01/1793.
24. Ah. On va rechercher la
In
logique
the
du
letters
code.
from the Pope, there are 6 letters just below the date, 2 just below the month, 4 others below the year.
Ah.
Piaggi's tattoo. It must be used to establish a connection between the letter of the concentric circle and the numbers shown in the middle.
Réfléchis.
Some figures are the same in both codes, yet they correspond to different letters. The day is not translated. That must be the key to the code.
Quoi?
Some figures are the same in both codes.
Ouais, mais ils ont
Yet
pas les mêmes
they
lettres. Pourquoi?
correspond to different letters. The day is not translated. That must be the key to the code. Today the date is 24/01/1793.
Ah, donc on est le... Merde, le 24, le 1. Le 1. Bah je vois pas de 1 moi. J'ai rien compris. Donc ce soit AE. AE. 24-17. Pourquoi 24-17? Oui, c'est ça, 24-17. Parce que ce serait 17E. Et H. Ouais, c'est AE, parce que FJ, c'est pas du tout ça. AE. Pfff, j'en sais rien, moi. Le 1. J'en sais rien, je comprends rien. C'est passé du code. Non, on retourne. AE. AE. 24, 17. Ouais, c'est ça. 24, 17. Parce que là, le 12, c'est JJ. 12. Non, ce serait 31 plutôt. Là, c'est peut-être 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ah non, c'est ça. Zéro, c'est E. Pourquoi 0, c'est E? J'ai rien compris, écoutez. A, E, on s'en fout. J'ai rien compris. 24, 1. Bah 1 c'est... Non, c'est pour 17. Non, c'est pour 0, 1. Ou 24, allez, A.
Today the date is 24/01/1793.
Ah, de A à E. Ah, d'accord. Non, 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 attends.
Today the date is
Non, d'accord.
24/01/1793.
31 JJ. 31 il s'en fout. 12. J'ai pas 12. Et 01 j'ai E H. Écoute, 24 c'est A pour moi. On reste sur un
Today
A.
the date is 24/01/1793.
Attends, faut
In the
qu'on
letters from
réfléchisse.
the Pope, there are 6 letters just below the date, 2 just below the month, 4 others below the year. Piaggi's tattoo. It must be used to establish a connection between the letter of the concentric circle and the numbers shown in the middle. Some figures are the same in both codes, yet they correspond to different letters. The day is not translated. That must be the key to the code. Today the date is 24/01/1793.
Parce que là c'est 17. Pourquoi c'est GH là 17? GH. J'ai rien compris. Ah non, 17. Ce serait F. GH et là GHB. Non, j'ai 31, pardon, 31. 31, il me met que c'est I, mais il n'y a pas de I. J'ai pas compris en fait. J'ai pas compris la logique du code. Bon, je suis con peut-être, mais alors... je comprends pas. Ah, c'est peut-être 2... Non, c'est même pas 2, 4. Putain, j'en sais rien, je vais faire au pif.
Today the date is 24/01/1793.
Ensuite... qu'est-ce que j'en sais, moi? 24... Allez, on va dire 31. I. Ah, peut-être qu'on peut les ajouter en fait. Ah, attends. « 24. » Ah, aussi, ça se joue peut-être comme ça. Ouais, mais je peux pas faire un 1, ça n'existe pas. Oh, j'en sais rien, allez, merde.
Today the date is 24/01/1793.
Pourquoi il m'a mis AI? Tiens, c'est marrant ça. Pourquoi j'ai que... Ah, attends, si le premier jour est A. Ensuite, on a 0, 1, j'ai pas 17. E.
Today the date is 24/01/1793.
93. Pourquoi ça change 93? C'est CF.
Today the date is 24/01/1793.
J'ai rien compris. Je regarderai la soluce un peu.
Today is the 24/01/1793.
Attends, c'est bon? Lettre falsifiée. Une lettre écrite et signée à la main du cardinal Piaggi à destination du pape. Ce contenu va discréditer Sir Holm aux yeux de l'église. D'accord.
Your Eminence, all ready to send... What's he doing here?
Oh merde.
Damn it. That's all I need.
Don't worry, he can't hear us.
What do you mean he can't hear us? What's going on here, Piaggi?
Qu'est-ce qui se trame ici, Piaggi? Rien du tout. Pourtant que j'ai...
The old goat is going to drop us. It's a lousy turncoat. Well, he'd better not tell me he just fell asleep.
Dis-lui que tu as donné un calmant.
Calm down now. Monsieur de Richet came to see me because he was having anxiety attacks and wanted something to help him relax. I'm afraid I've been a little heavy-handed.
You can
What's up?
say that again.
I was about to fetch someone to take care of him. Would you care to go?
There he is. And there he stays. It's a perfect opportunity.
What do you mean?
It's been a while now that I've been hoping
Quel
for a chance
enculé.
to get rid of him. Can you keep a secret?
Je ne préfère... Bien sûr.
Of course, my son. Would you like to tell me under the confidentiality of confession?
Ah, don't talk rubbish. I don't trust the little runt because he is
Il est au courant.
Mortimer's son. Would you believe it?
How does he know?
Dear God, how is that possible? I am flabbergasted.
We've wasted enough time. What if he wakes up? If you don't want to get your hands dirty, just turn away and leave everything to me.
This is not a decision to be taken lightly.
You're defending him now.
What are you talking about? Of course not.
He's made you change sides, hasn't he?
Comme ça. Alors, il est faible pourquoi, Volner? La diversion. Est-ce que j'ai de la diversion là-dedans? Non et non. Logique. Et conviction. C'est ça, mais non. Ah, pas dans ma chambre, c'est pas trop mal ça.
Committing a crime in my room
Mais
is
sinon, on
out
va dire
of
que
the
c'est moi.
question. Think, it will all be on our heads. No doubt about it. I refuse to run the risk.
Right.
Monsieur von Von, I always act in the best interest of all. I assure you.
Everyone's entitled to an opinion.
You must have lost your mind to want to take such an extreme course of action.
No one's asking you to help me do it.
On risquait de faire annuler le colloque. Je pense qu'ils s'en fout. Je dirais tout à Holm. Je dirais tout à vos trois. Bah, son roi il s'en fout. Je dirais tout à Mortimer. Ah. Mortimer ou Piaggi? Mortimer ou Holm? Je pense que Holm il s'en fout. Je dirais tout à Mortimer plutôt.
I'm warning you, if you continue, I will inform Lord Mortimer.
I'm not afraid of Mortimer. It's Sir Gregory I serve.
Ah merde. Ah, je sais pas du tout. Qu'est-ce qu'on pourrait... Où est-ce qu'il va faire annuler le colloque? Le colloque il s'en bat les couilles du colloque lui. Le roi il s'en fout. Ah, c'est un peu dur. J'hésite. Ah ouais,
You
vos
can't
skis
attack
du
him
collège.
without running the risk of jeopardizing the conference.
Even though Sir Gregory has the edge.
No, Gregory will never
Ah.
forgive you.
Very well, Piaggi.
Là, ça va.
I refuse to let you do the first thing that comes into your head.
I don't know what the two of you are up to, but I'll find out sooner or later.
Right. Time for me to get back into my body.
Ouf, ça va. J'aurais dû me mettre dans ses pensées, sinon peut-être. Ça m'a peut-être aidé un petit peu.
Right. Don't just stand there, Louis. Mortimer's waiting for you in the red salon.
Le salon rouge, c'est où ça? Échappée, Belle. Gagner un point de déverso. De vous empoisonner. Ah, il voulait m'empoisonner? Super. Ok. Ah, c'est en bas le salon rouge, je crois. Oui, c'est le grand salon en bas. Je me rappelle maintenant. Où je suis là? Ah merde, c'est pas le bon endroit. Je crois que c'est là le salon rouge, non? Ouais, derrière ça. Bah, est-ce que j'ai le bon code? Parce que là, j'ai mis au pif le code. Remarquez, il y avait 2 tatouages sur les mains. Donc ça explique pourquoi il manquait les dates, je pense. Chacun des tatouages avait un truc. Piaggi, je parle. Y'a personne ici, non. Que dalle, bon, on continue. Donc Volner il veut me tuer, tout le monde veut me tuer. Alors. Un papillon. Salut Godoy.
Am I disturbing you?
Monsieur de Richet, it seems you are everywhere.
At least he hasn't noticed my arm.
Was Mr. von Wollner able to help you?
Help me?
Yes, for your armillary sphere.
Oh, yes, that.
Louis, everything all right?
Yes, excuse me, I was miles away.
Oh, while you're here, you wouldn't know who the last guest is, would you?
What do you mean?
I heard Sir Gregory speaking about it. A certain Al-Asif something or other.
Who? What?
Obviously not. It's not important, forget it.
No, hang on.
It doesn't matter, I'm telling you. We'll find out soon enough. I'm in a hurry right now. I'm waiting for someone. See you later, Louis. Do you know who it is?
No, I thought so
Ah,
for
mais
a
oui, merde,
minute,
faut que j'aille
but
le chercher
the
à
name
l'Asif.
means nothing to me. Sorry.
It doesn't matter. Something tells me we shall find out soon enough, no?
Déter.
Certainly. Well, I must be leaving you.
Ouais, merde, en plus je suis con. Faut que j'y aille. Putain, j'y pensais plus en plus à ce con. J'étais tellement dans mon truc.
It's like the barrel's been broken for quite some time.
Ah, il y a les lettres ici, je me rappelle. Ah bah visiblement il est pas encore là, putain. Je fais chier. Ok, mais en voilà ici. Ah bah, voilà.
So, Louis, what was your first time like? Bewildering, isn't it?
Here's your letter. I have to admit, the experience was utterly amazing.
Come, tell me more.
J'ai bien failli vomir.
Honestly, my stomach was just turning in circles.
That reminds me of my first time. Ooh, but you did it.
Ah.
Gregory, what can I do for you?
I've just come to make sure dear Louis has all the information he needs.
Needs for what?
You are free to make your own choices, William. I would like the same for him too.
There's nothing I want more, Gregory.
Your schemes will lead to your demise, brother. Don't involve Louis. He has nothing to do with all this. The end of the conference approaches, and this masquerade will soon be torn asunder. Don't drag him down with you in your disgrace.
Oh, ye of little faith.
On the contrary, brother, Louis has just entered the family. Give him a chance to find his place.
His place?
Je dis rien.
Don't listen to him. He's angry with our father.
And with good reason. He governs us in the same way he governs humanity. Through fear and submission.
Same old tune. When will you understand that it's necessary to impose order for things to move forward properly?
You are under his thumb and proud of it. Open your eyes, for crying out loud. His whole system has become outdated, and he's too old to see it. He will lead us to our demise.
Here he goes with another of his grand speeches. William has always been fond of staging big scenes. It's his theatrical side.
Ne pas relever.
How dare you? You are blind, brother. Even if the evidence bit you on the nose, you still wouldn't see it. I feel sorry for you.
Tea is drunk hot or not at all, William. When will you learn? It's too bitter. You shouldn't let it brew so long.
I knew you'd be coming along. You are so predictable.
Methodical, I would say. Things must be accomplished in the right order if we want the world to keep turning as it does.
Que craint-il que Timir ne fasse?
You came here to warn me, sir.
No, to advise you.
Advise me against my father. Why?
I think you are capable of deciding
You
for...
haven't answered my question. Why warn me against my father? What are you afraid he will do to me?
Well, I wouldn't want him to lead you into... I don't know what absurd adventure in
You
which...
act as though I were in danger.
I agree with Louis, Gregory. You're trying to pass me off as a villain about to devour him.
That's not funny, William. I won't let him follow you.
You see, Louis, Gregory came here to make you change your mind. It's time for things to change. I acknowledge Father has done many good things for humanity, but his time is over, and now he must pass on the torch.
That's enough. There, Louis. That's the pathetic example your father has to offer. I really am sorry about what happened to you. You don't know our family yet. We can't have given you a very good impression, but bear in mind that we are all against William's project.
On the contrary.
If he insists on going through with it, we will have no other choice than to intervene by force. Consequently, my dear Louis, you're going to have to choose sides. I would much rather have met you in different circumstances.
There you are, Louis. See what happens when you don't follow their orders to the letter.
Louis, I'm afraid the time to decide is now. If you follow William, he will drag you down with him. If, on the other hand, you support me, I can assure you that nothing will happen to you. You won't be blamed for your father's errors.
Ah, the masks are off. I offer you liberty. He obliges you to choose, and shamelessly asks you to
Malheureusement,
betray
la
your
dynastie
own
familiale.
father.
Je vais suivre
That
mon
is their
père.
true face.
Mon papounet,
Right.
même si je ne suis pas pour ses
Before
idées.
I answer, well, I better think it over very carefully. Do I intend to embrace my demon nature and take my place on the chessboard? Do I stay out of it and do my utmost to stop them? Or do I renounce my nature and do all I can to stay human?
Je suis un démon, je suis un homme. Je vais mettre que je suis un homme.
I was born a man.
I grew up as such. Finding out that I'm a demon makes no difference. I refuse to let them manipulate humanity the way they do. They're gonna ask me to choose between them. I'll just have to go with the lesser evil of the two. But they better not count on me to keep my word.
Ouais, j'ai envie de les faire chier.
I'll bring them all down.
So,
Ah, j'aurais peut-être dû prendre un démon.
what do you choose, Louis?
S'allier avec Mortimer, s'allier avec Holm. Je vais m'allier avec Mortimer.
I shall follow my father, Sir Gregory.
Very well. But don't say I didn't warn you.
Please, don't take offense, but I just can't turn my back on him. That said, if he turns his back on me, I won't be slow in sticking a
Ouais, on va
dagger
faire comme
between
ça.
his shoulder blades.
It's time we finished what we started, brother. The final vote of the conference over the acquisition of Louisiana will take place.
Il y a de plus en plus de papillons, vous avez vu?
I propose you gather your troops and prepare to close the debate.
That's precisely what I was going to suggest.
Come, follow me. It's time for us to get ready.
Oui, donc j'ai choisi donc de garder ma partie humaine. C'est bien d'être un démon, mais je suis un humain avant tout. Et là, je combats pour la race humaine. Voici nos troupes.
Do you really think we have a chance of winning?
A chance? You don't know me very well, Louis. We are going to win.
But it only takes one person to vote against us, and we'll have lost.
That's true. That's why none of them will. Why? Because I have an asset that they do not.
Which is?
You.
My friends, prepare yourselves. The conference is about to resume. The time has come to lay down all our cards.
J'ai falsifié une lettre pour le pape, je suis discrédité sur Grégory. J'ai appris à me servir de mon nouveau pouvoir, je suis temporairement allié avec Lord Mortimer. J'avais empêché Volvolner de m'empoisonner, je pourrais récupérer Alasif, j'ai retrouvé. Puis que Volvolner devait cacher Alasif sur les quais. Bah j'ai tout réussi pour une fois, putain. Donc c'est l'épisode 4 seulement. Et donc le chapitre 13, la première fois. On se verra la prochaine fois pour la suite. Merci d'avoir suivi, ciao.